Hello, people. It's been, a little while. The past 3 months have moved really fast, and I haven't had time for much, like, content creation and stuff, but here's a sequel to the last Rubik's Cube video, I guess. Before we get started, here are two terms you might not know yet. PB. It means personal best. It's basically when you're speedrunning something, or you're timing yourself, and it's like the best you've ever gotten. You also might not know what 3x3 and 4x4 and the numbers mean. It's basically like the size of the grid of the Rubik's Cube. So this is a 3x3 and this is a 4x4. Hopefully that helps. I've had this footage for a long while, probably like 3 or 4 months. It was filmed a bit before New Year's when Mother Dearest and I were shopping at this Asian supermarket called 99 Ranch, or as I call it, Ranch 99, for fruit. Every New Year's we get 12 fruit representing being fruitful or luck or something for each month of the new year. And if you couldn't tell, I actually have no clue why we buy the fruit, but it's like a superstition or something. It's good luck. Probably a month after the previous Rubik's Cube video, I got a speed 3x3, or like a faster 3x3, and a 4x4 on my birthday. I had no interest in the 4x4 for forever, since I could barely do the 3x3 and wanted to master it before ever thinking of the 4x4. Instead of a 4x4, I wanted a 2x2 because more people had it and it seemed easier to solve. When I got bored of the 3x3, I taped up my 4x4 to use it as a seamless 2x2. But I hated how it moved so slowly because, it's not supposed to function like a 2x2. Soon after, I got out of my Rubik's Cube phase entirely. I wish I hadn't though, because I only got to the point where my PB for the 3x3 was right under a minute, which kinda sucks, because I was hoping to get it under like 10 seconds or something, which I know takes a lot of practice, but I thought I would be willing to do that. Even though most of my phases only last 2 weeks. I don't know what I was thinking. Months later, I got back into my Rubik's Cubing phase, because some kid at my school brought their Rubik's Cube to school, and they solved it slightly differently from me. So I wanted to learn how they solved it, and how to solve it even faster than I did before. That kid also had a 2x2. What they didn't have was a 4x4. I think pettiness caused me to take interest in solving a 4x4, but I'm not really sure. But yeah, it was probably pettiness. I solved 4x4s using the official Rubik's Cube method, aka the official Rubik's Cube website, which is what I used to solve the original 3x3 in my previous video. I got used to the way the website guides you because it has colors and it tells you how to turn it in specific ways, and I probably should have learned the pattern to how all websites solve it, like R apostrophe and that kind of stuff. But I never did, so I used the official website because it was just easier. To solve a 4x4, you first solve the entire middle parts of each of the 6 faces, and then the 2 middle edge parts of every edge, and finally solve it like a 3x3. The middle parts and edge pieces are the easier parts to figure out. My least favorite parts are the parodies, or parody errors, or those things. Disclaimer, I'm not the best at explaining things, so you might want to double check this on Google or something, but a Rubik's Cube parody is when you can't solve it like the previous cube, like you can't solve it like the 3x3 and the 4x4 case, because the pieces are swapped and you need to use a specific formula to fix it. On the 4x4, according to the guide I was using, there were 2 parodies, and I only hated one of them, because the other one you could memorize with something like are you, you are, something like that, and the other one was just something you had to memorize, and I was like, oh my gosh. I remember trying to film myself solve a 3x3 in under a minute on Instagram, which I failed at, but then I had to go with Mother to shop for the fruit. When I go out, I bring a purse with me, and it can fit a Rubik's Cube in there, so I brought my 4x4. I remember when I first learned the long parody, it was at Food for Less, and I was listening to Dos Oruguitas from Encanto on loop. I probably butchered that, I'm sorry. While looking for fruit roll-ups. I did end up managing to memorize the long parody that day, but I'm not sure if that was the day that I filmed this video, so that might have been irrelevant. On probably a different day, we went to Ranch 99 or 99 Ranch, whatever, and in there's this food place thingy, a food court or something. Anyway, it's the only place where there's tables and chairs that you're allowed to sit on, so I normally go there and hang out for as long as I can before Mother calls me. And I sat down and tried to set up my phone as quickly as possible and recorded myself solving the 4x4, which I didn't think I would be able to do because I finished learning how to solve the 4x4, in all, very recently. My personal best for the 4x4 before that, completely on my own without ever looking at the guide, was 11 minutes, because it took me a long time to figure out what I was doing. And when I recorded this video, I was somehow miraculously able to complete it in about under 6 minutes. And I was so happy. It was a miracle. As soon as I finished recording this video, like 5 seconds after I pressed the recording button, Mother Dearest called me and told me to come over, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was perfect timing. It was meant to be. I felt so accomplished because, yes, I got like a great new personal best and content. Yeah, I really needed content at the time. And yeah, that's basically the end of my story. Yeah. Also, during Christmas, I got a 2x2, and then I found out you can solve it like a 3x3, but you skip some steps. Which really, I should have figured out on my own. Like, I should have been able to learn how to solve a 2x2 on my own, but I didn't, and whatever, I guess. Have a sleigh day, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you some other time.